Good morning, everyone. I know this is not a Tuesday, but I wanted to come on here and do a little update recap of the card that I posted on Tuesday. When I got done with the card, something wasn't right. I just didn't feel like anything was right. So lo and behold, in the middle of the night when I was not sleeping as usual, it dawned onto my COVID brain what I had done wrong. So I wanted to just come back on here and do a real quick recap. Everything's pretty much the same except for the front piece, and it looks a lot. This card is okay, and I'm certainly going to send it out, but it's much better when I do it the correct way. So if you remember, we started out with a piece of designer series paper that was 4 by 5 1/4, and then we cut it in half at 2 inches, and then we flipped it around and we cut it this way at 2 5/8, and then we put it together. Okay, that all stays the same, as does the folding of our corners. And I had this little template, and I'm sorry, my voice, I'm still struggling a bit. I think I'm getting a little bit better, but I did, pardon me, I did test positive for COVID, but I think I've had it for about a week, and I just didn't have enough antigens in my test to show positive. So again, you keep doing this exactly like we did on the previous one. And you're going to fold up the corners on your template so that our corners match. That all stays the same. No changes there. I am using the same paper and everything so you can see how much better it looks when it's done the correct way. And again, you take this, our last piece, and you fold up the corner. And there we have our 4 pieces, just like we had on Tuesday. And we have a black backing sheet. And here's where the change comes. I had actually cut this originally on this card. I cut it too small. And therefore, it didn't allow me to get the treatment, the appearance of the card the way I wanted it. So this part stays the same, and I'm not going to do a whole card because nothing changes but this part right here. And again, we're going to put it on the corners, matching up the top and the side. And I think this is my next one. Not putting any glue on the folded corner, just on the along the angle and then on the sides and tops of the other piece. And we're going to line it up over here on this corner. Push it down. You probably can already see the change. And probably figure out what I had done wrong. And this one, I did this one wrong too. I folded this in the wrong. I wasn't watching what I was doing. I folded this incorrectly, so we will just refold it. Again, I'm still suffering with COVID brain. I swear I can't seem to keep things straight in my brain, even though I know how to do it. Oh, and I'm gonna, since I folded this one up, I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on there. And now I'm a sticky mess. It's okay, we'll get this part done and then I can show you the completed card. And I did the same thing on this one. It's a good lesson. You have to remember what corner you want folded and put your template on accordingly. And I did not pay attention to that. I was in a hurry to get them folded. And we're gonna go down like this. Okay, now we will put our glue. I was talking to a friend of mine who comes to class, who is a nurse, and she was telling me that her hospital is full of COVID patients. Thankfully, I am not that sick. I'm not sick enough to be down in bed all day long, but I don't feel I'm doing a little bit, but not as much as I need to be doing because I have a lot of things to get done. But okay, so then there you go. Can you see how I now have a black border in the middle and up and down, which is what I should have had? So had I done the card correctly, it would have turned out like this. And I like I like this much better. This one is okay, but it just doesn't have the pop that this one does with the black borders. So everything else on the card, I haven't finished this one yet, but everything else on the card is totally the same. It's just the difference on the size that I cut for the mat on the front. I should have cut this at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and I cut it by 4 by 5 1/4, and that made it too small. All right, that's my correction and my blooper for the week. I'll see you again on next Tuesday. Everybody, please stay well. This stuff is not fun. I'm thankful that I'm not any sicker than I am, but I do not feel my normal self. God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.